everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be making fire cider at home. If you've never heard of fire cider, it's basically a potent health tonic that's infused with fresh ingredients, and it has a lot of benefits for overall immunity and wellness. It's also really great if you feel like you're coming down with a cold or the flu, or as a daily supplement to boost your immune system and prevent illness. I would highly recommend trying this recipe if you're looking more into natural or homeopathic remedies. You can also give it as a gift to any of your friends who like more natural things. I think the bottle is really, really cute. That being said, I'm going to show you how I like to make it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to make this, you're going to need a few simple ingredients. Most of these can be purchased at your local grocery store or local health food store. You're going to need 1 large onion, a bunch of garlic, 1 lemon, 2 oranges, a large piece of ginger root. I would say this one is about 8 inches long, but if you can't find a section that's this long, you can also use several smaller sections. And horseradish. I'm probably going to use about 6 to 7 inches of it. And if you have trouble finding this, you can usually find it at Whole Foods or other health food stores. A small piece of turmeric, a couple of habanero peppers. I would say 3 is a good amount, but it depends really on how spicy you want your fire cider to be. You will also need some organic raw honey and some raw apple cider vinegar. I'm using Bragg's because it's the brand that I always use. Most of these ingredients are organic, and I do try to buy organic produce whenever possible. The other thing is that you want to make sure to wash all of your ingredients really well before prepping them. So the first thing we want to do is pretty much chop all of our fruits and vegetables. We will also peel our turmeric, ginger, and horseradish, and then we're going to either chop them or grate them. I'm going to be using a food processor to help me with this, just to speed up the process, but you can certainly do this by hand. And I'm going to touch base with you guys after I have done those things. Alright, all of my ingredients are now prepped. I've chopped my fruit, I've grated my horseradish and my ginger. They're both mixed in there together. I have chopped my onion, my habanero. I put all of my garlic through a hand press. You could also just lightly chop this with a knife. And my turmeric, I'm going to grate directly into my container once I've added the rest of my ingredients, just because it does tend to stain your hands and any work surfaces. So now I'm going to split all of my ingredients between 2 half-gallon mason jars. I was originally going to just use 1, but because I have a lot going on, I want to make sure that there's room for my apple cider vinegar. You can also use a gallon container like this if that's easier for you. I tried to make them as even as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So now I'm going to grate my turmeric over top of both of these with my very handy little grater. And in case you're wondering, yes, my hands will be orange for the rest of the day. Now that I've added all of my ingredients, I'm going to add a 32-ounce container of organic raw apple cider vinegar to each of my jars. Again, if you were using a smaller jar, like just 1 half-gallon, I would just add it almost to the top. But since I do have 2, I'm going to do a full 32 ounces in each container. Now, just taking a spoon, I'm going to stir each one to make sure that all of the ingredients are completely submerged. So if there's any ingredients at the top, just kind of push them down. The last step for right now is to cover these. So I'm going to use a couple smaller pieces of a kitchen towel that I cut up. You don't want to put a metal lid on because you don't want the metal to leach into your fire cider, but you could also use something like cheesecloth. So I'm putting these on, and then I'm just going to secure them with a rubber band. And you do want to make sure that they're extra secure so that no insects or bacteria can enter while your fire cider is sitting. I've now moved these to a dry and darker place where they are going to infuse for the next 4 weeks. You really don't need to do anything while these are infusing, you just need to be patient. So we're gonna check on these in 4 weeks and see how they're doing. All right, so it has officially been about 4 weeks. Our fire cider is finished infusing and we are ready to strain it. Here it is in the same spot where we left it. 4 weeks later, just going to bring it over here. I'm so excited to try it. So I'm basically just going to strain my mixture into this metal bowl using a fine strainer. And I'm going to repeat the same step with my second container. Kind of move it around to make sure all the liquid is out. I'm going to add some organic raw honey, and if you're vegan, you can choose to skip this step. I think raw honey has a lot of health benefits, so I am going to add a pretty big scoop. Just dissolve that into my fire cider. The next thing we want to do is funnel our fire cider into some glass jars. I'm choosing to use these airtight containers because I just think that they're really convenient. You could also use standard mason jars or recycled jars. So the easiest way to do this is just using a standard funnel, and I'm going to stick that on top of one of my bottles, like that. And now I'm just going to take a measuring cup and scoop my mixture into the containers. Once you've done that, you can seal your container. Actually going to switch to a slightly smaller funnel. This is much better. I'm just wiping these down with a damp towel so that they aren't sticky. And just for an extra little touch, I'm going to take my label maker and print little labels for them. These are also really nice if you want to give them as gifts. I love it. This is our finished fire cider, looking very cute. I actually love the way that it came out. I think it looks so nice in these bottles. I hope you guys get a chance to try this out at home. If you do, please let me know in the comment section below. There are a lot of different recipes on how to make this, so feel free to research and kind of experiment. There will also be a full recipe written out in the description box if you want to refer back to that. If you have any requests for videos that you'd like to see me film, you can also leave those below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon in my next video, and I will talk to you then.